Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie Rockstars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindie Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindie Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Hello, everyone. Joining me from one of my favorite countries in this world is Michal Bush, otherwise known as Music with Michal. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So tell everyone how you got into Kindie music.
Well, I've always been a songwriter, so I've written songs since I was a very little girl. In fact, we were clearing out our garage here yesterday and I found notebooks with lyrics from when I was about 6 or 7, which were very adorable. So I've always written music, and then I spent years writing for a band called the Willow Page that I was the lead vocalist of, writing sort of alt country folk songs. But as you would have heard many times, I had children and was inspired to pivot into children's music. I had my first daughter in 2012 and realized very quickly the value of a good lullaby as I was desperately rocking this baby to sleep. And not only the value of a good lullaby for the children, but one that speaks to the heart of the parent, because I was the one listening to this music hours on end. So I wanted to start writing music that spoke to both children and parents together. And so I wrote these lullabies with my baby in my arms, which I released under the name Petite Music Box, which was a duo I formed with a friend called Emma. And I performed under that name, Petite Music Box, for about 6 years. And so we released an album of lullabies and then moved into sort of nursery rhyme type songs. And she moved back to France. She's French. And I relaunched as a Music with Michal in 2019. And have just continued to write songs that have grown with my children. So I have 3 girls now I have Harper, who's 9, Sadie, who's 7, and Clementine, who is 4. And so that's really wonderful because I get to sort of have one foot in primary school age and one foot in preschool age, both feet in the mind of a mother. And I just love writing music that makes children feel super joyful, super connected, and that the parents also really can relate to and enjoy listening to. And that my main hope is that it connects children and parents together to have sort of a joint experience where they're both actually enjoying the music at the same time, both getting different things from it. And that shared experience is really important to me.
Yeah. Now, have you gotten your daughters into the musical process yet?
Yes, I sure have. Actually, from such a little age, they are vocalists on so many of my songs, which they still love. I'm waiting for my eldest to sort of grow out of it, but I think we're a few years off. She still thinks I'm really cool, which is a real bonus. But they are a huge part of the recording process, but actually the writing process. They are an endless source of inspiration. And so they're really, really involved in seeing a song from its birth to its release, which is fantastic. Usually by the time it's released, they're very sick of the songs and they don't want to hear them anymore.
So how did you find the process of getting these songs that you'd written and eventually recorded released?
Well, it's so funny because when I first started doing it in 2012, Spotify wasn't really a thing yet and it wasn't really as easy to get your music out. So Bandcamp was the first way that I released my music. Something that's sort of a great thing about me, and also maybe not so great, is I'm not a perfectionist in any way. So it doesn't need to be perfect for me to think it's valuable to release to the world, which was great during the years when I was a very tired mum of babies just wanting to offer something. But the Emma, who I worked with, was very, very talented at arranging, and so she put her skills into the mix, and we were able to produce really beautiful things and just release them onto Bandcamp. And then as sort of the music industry has developed and become a little bit more accessible to really reach the world with your music, I now can just throw up music on Spotify and Apple Music really easily, which I love doing because my attention span is somewhat minimal. So to be able to write a song, record a song, release a song in a short period of time is really, really, I find that really rewarding. Over the last year or so, I've been so lucky to get funding here in New Zealand from places like Creative New Zealand and New Zealand On Air. We're so lucky here to have funders. And so I've been able to work with these awesome producers called Andy and Vic. They're called The Response, who are also, funnily enough, in my band way back when. But they produce my songs now beautifully. They sound so good. And so I've had to slow down that process a little bit, which is really cool. But I'm still pretty quick.
Yeah, I want to go back to that point about New Zealand. I've interviewed several artists from New Zealand, and the support that New Zealand seems to have for the Kindie community is amazing. So tell me about your experience with the New Zealand Kindie community and the government support.
It's so amazing. First of all, we have this collective called Kiwi Kids Collective. And the community between us as kids artists, Kindie artists, is really, really incredible and super, super special. And so we have just a Facebook group that we are all invited into, or whenever someone discovers that you make music for children, you get invited in. And so straight away you have this sort of camaraderie and collaborative opportunities with other Kindie artists, and we become quite good friends and support each other. And that in itself is just this amazing thing that we have here. And then especially just in the last few years, it seems like the funding opportunities, or maybe it's just that I've gotten to the point where the funding opportunities are more available to me, that's such a game changer. To have someone be able to finance your music, to give you the chance to get a producer, is just so incredible. My music, especially as music with Michael, because I'm not I don't have the patience either to learn to produce super well. I would release music just by myself, doing it all by myself, and it was okay, but it wasn't amazing. The songs were great, but the sound you can tell the difference when I get funding, if you go through my catalog. So yeah, the chance to work with people who have skills that you don't have, and to get a photographer, pay a photographer to make great imagery, and to pay a designer to make a cool cover is just such a game changer. And to be able to build a team around me while being a solo artist is just incredible.
Yeah, your photos are excellent. The art images for your songs and things like that are really good.
Thank you. It's so fun to be able to broaden the creative experience and think about imagery as well as music. I really, really enjoy putting together the sort of vibes and moods for what I do.
So do you have a general theme about the songs that you write, or are you just kind of whatever topic strikes you, you'll write a song?
I pretty much wing it with whatever topic strikes me. I have an overall sort of overarching desire that my music would lift the well-being of families. But that can happen in so many ways. So it might be, I have Seagull Song, which is this ridiculous song that the chorus is ka-ka, 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 and people really enjoy that. That's totally silly, but that, if it makes you laugh, that's going to raise your well-being. And then other songs that speak to the heart of children and the heart of parents and talk about, kindness and inclusion and that intentionally, speak to the good things in the world, to focus on the beautiful things of the world. That's a real theme, but there are no rules. I'll write about anything.
So as an artist, how did your life change in 2020?
That's a good question. The thing about New Zealand is we're so lucky that we haven't really been hit super hard by COVID. Like, I don't know anyone personally in New Zealand who's had COVID, which I know compared to elsewhere, the States or overseas, is just everyone knows someone or has had COVID themselves. So we've been really protected, but in our protection, we've been very restricted. We've had very strict lockdowns here where we can't, even visit family, let alone perform a show. So we've all had to pivot. And the thing that I'm grateful for is that I was already really familiar with live streaming before the pandemic. I discovered live streaming super early on, maybe 2017 or even 2016, still when I was Petite Music Box. I discovered that Facebook had live streaming and thought, how cool to talk in real time to children and parents. And so I started doing live streaming once a week. So way back then. So it was really easy for me to just increase the live stream. So during our lockdown, I live stream every day, which means I get this opportunity to be part of the routine of a family in a really difficult time and bring a little bit of laughter and some music. And parents get to see me parent in real time, which is very entertaining for others and very stressful for me because my girls join me in the live streams when we're locked down. There's no escaping my children. We don't have a large house. But yeah, so it's been a mix of incredible opportunity to connect with more families, to be a part of their family life. I'm really grateful for that. And I think amongst, all of the disappointment of shows being cancelled and opportunities reducing in other ways, to be able to, be invited into someone's home every day is really, really beautiful and really an honor. So
sounds like you were ahead of the curve on that one. And
so lucky.
This thing,
who knew? It's
amazing to think just the global reach that you have just on that platform.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I was really looking forward. Like, I love my live streams and I love connecting that way, but you are staring at your own face for a lot of hours. And sitting in one room for a lot of hours. So I was really looking forward to doing a lot of gigs this year, but we've just gone into, we have a traffic light system. So we're now in red, which means major restrictions again. So it's balancing the disappointment with the gratitude that there are other options.
Very good. All right. Are you ready to get into a song?
Yeah.
Our song today is called Family. All right, Michael, tell us about this song.
I'm super proud of this one. This is a song that I wrote based off the request of one of my beautiful fans or friends. I do live streams every week. And so I have something that's called the Music with Michael Club, where people can join and regularly live stream with me, and also have the opportunity to request songs or suggest song ideas. And so one mum actually said, I'd love a song that talks about how there are so many different ways to make a family. Her children are IVF babies, and she said she's just never heard a song talk about how there's many roads to becoming a family and there's many ways to be a family. And I just thought that was a really beautiful thing to write about. It wasn't hard to find inspiration there. And so I set about writing this song, and I'm really proud of how it came together, because I wanted to write a song that every child in every type of family would feel included in and seen by and celebrated. And so, I love it. And I sent it to Vic and Andy, my producers, my amazing producers, and explained that, how I wanted it to feel, and that I wanted it to be, like this hug, and it wanted it to just sort of wrap people up and children to feel so loved by it and so celebrated by it. And when they sent it back, I actually got a little bit tearful. I almost had this moment where you get so familiar with your own songs, it's hard to hear them as maybe a stranger would hear them. And I almost had this moment with this song where I was able to hear it as if for the first time. And particularly the line where it says, however you came to be, you are exactly who the world needs you to be. And I just love, I'm so proud of that line, because that's totally what I believe. Every child here is meant to be here. Every child here is so deserving of love, and that no matter what road you have taken into a family, I have friends who are adopting, and so many roads into family, and all these children are where they're meant to be and who they're meant to be, and deserve to be absolutely celebrated and absolutely loved. And so family is the result of all of those sort of feelings.
1000% agree. Yeah, absolutely. All
awesome.
Right. Well, let's play it. Here is Family by Music with Michael.
Some children live with their mom, some with their nan or a pop, some with a cat or a dog. You might have one dad or two, or live with somebody new, someone who's caring for you. Where there is love, there is family. So everybody sing. Family, family, family. So many different ways to be. A family, family, family is made of who you love. Some babies come by surprise, some after many nights cried, some need a little more help. However you came to be, know that you are exactly who the world needs you to be. Where there is love, there is family. Now everybody sing. Family, family, family. So many different ways to be. A family, family, family
All right. Music with Michal. Let everybody know where they can stream and download that song and how they can find and connect with you on social media.
Well, you can find me on Spotify and Apple Music and actually anywhere you listen to music. Just type in Music with Michal and you'll find me there. Michal is spelled Michal. That's a very important detail. And if you go to my website, which is www.musicwithmichal.com, you'll find links to all my social medias there. So I'd love for you to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and all the places, and come join me. I do live streams regularly. You can join my club and we'll have a lot of fun together.
Awesome. Well, Michal, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been great having you on. Total pleasure.
Thanks so much for having me. I've loved it.